already? Okay. I was like, that would be way too fast. That'd be all just, like, if we went to the trial, it'd just be catching somebody in a lie. Nah, it seems too fast to be. Yeah, it seems too obvious. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. Yamada and Koyata Ishimaru, the cause of death for each was a blow to the head. If that's, it is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. Huh, I would never guess. That's
Very
it.
Strange.
I was pretty sure we got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfold before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than Monokuma could anyways. Maybe there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Coco? Without doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Yamada were attacked, but what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? That's right, you could have an accomplice, but there'd be no reason to. This trial, it will be a bit odd. If I remember right, as I can remember, it's confusing. So yeah, it was. This trial is it really confusing? Oh God, I'm not looking forward to this then. An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be rude, I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I, during the first case trial?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
I'm definitely not prepared, if that's the case.
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Yeah, see, there's no point in being an accomplice then.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Exactly.
And there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Unless somebody had a crush on somebody. Say, for instance, if Coco killed them, and then Hiro had a crush on Coco, and to save her, he tried to cover it up for her. I could see that.
In other words,
you are useless in the end, pretty much. So basically, you could be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So you are saying nobody worked together this time either. Sorry, I can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate and accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words...
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, just like normal.
well...
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised a murder and plot put into action, so there is an accomplice. The true blackened, so just one person.
Now.
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you, and in the blackened, good luck to all the contestants. Holy crap, so there's only can be one blackened, an accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see why any way Coco would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Coco, where are you?
However...
Well, if she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro's responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. I don't think Jill did it. What? I'm offended. What? Oh, you? When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyways, you there, milk sack swimmer?
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Yamada scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would be even able to move Yamada's body. Besides, I calculate every move I make, I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again. Hina and I can handle that, you don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyways. Oh, poor Hina. And that's that, let's begin. The whole thing is so strained, all but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's gonna be as straightforward as it seems. I agree. It's not gonna be as straightforward. So it has to be somebody that has a relationship with somebody else. I also think it might be Coco, because I know Coco was spending a lot of time with Alter Ego, and I feel like, you know how Yamada fell in love with Alter Ego and so did Taka? Coco might have gotten feelings for Alter Ego. So we know the hammers are missing. Her hammers all voltage. Her sizes hang on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 4. There's 6 missing? It looks like there's 6 missing. Right? Well, there's 5 hammers. No, there was 4 hammers that were used. Mallets? Could the dust hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all and is wet. Did someone wash it recently? So does that mean it has been added to the truth bulletin section? Does that mean there's been 6 hammers that were used? What about Hina? Hina, you got anything to say?
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh, what is it? After Yamada and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split it up looking around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. When we got here, the repository was locked and we couldn't get inside. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there was no way someone could beat us here. 2 things have occurred that made me very sus of somebody. If so, that's true, then who locked it and why is it unlocked now? I wondered the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now is wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. I can talk to Sakura, of course. There are many aspects to the incident this time, too many to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened, would you like me to help? Yes? Let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hino, Coco, you, and myself. Okay. We waited on for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search, and soon after we split up, Coco disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her. Meaning just after 7 o'clock. It's a lot of time stuff. Based on the pictures Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Yamada away, and it looks like the Robo guy is also way taller. Where's Coco when you need her? Apparently Sakura's a new Coco. After meeting up with Toko and Byaku, we began searching for the costume assailant. We found an injured Yamada in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search, but not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw a shadow of something moving around at the top of the stairs. Oh, I see something. She's always there, like last minute to save our ass. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect. Only Celeste is the one that's seen the shadow and the suspect twice. Celeste is the only one who has seen the suspect actually 3 times. In the rec room, the shadow on the stairs, and on the 3rd room. It's very suspect. Why is she the only one seeing him? Hearing her scream, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. So that's what's wrong. That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. She's very sus. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then we heard the nurse's office. What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Yamada. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Byaku, Toko pursued the suspect on the 3rd floor. That's not right, though. I went down to the nurse's office, not Sakura. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Yamada's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others. Oh, Makoto's talking. I thought it was from. Oh, I thought it was from Sakura. I thought Sakura was talking. It's Makoto talking, so I should have known. It's from his perspective.
However,
But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Yamada and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. But because I remembered hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka, and that's when I showed up and told you and Byaku you may have killed right. You, me, and Byaku all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Luna's body has disappeared. And she's also like, she was the one that left the body alone and then all of a sudden just vanished. Taka dead, Taka dead. At least he can join, bro. Poor Iggy. He hurried back to the nurse's office and discovered his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time Taka's body had disappeared. So from there we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies and we all headed to the repository. And there we discovered 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. There's a lot. Celeste is way too obvious in this, too. That brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. I feel like Celeste is very suspicious now. The cart. We know the cart is what was used to move the bodies. This dolly doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But wait. There's blood on the wheels. Wasn't it this in the equipment room where we found Taka's body? Oh, it moved. And look at the wheel. Yeah, I knew it. When I saw the blood trail in the from Yamada's and Taka's body, I knew. They made her stop just a little bit, puppy. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? It's been added. That's good. So we need to check out the bodies now. Taka, he'll never move again. Really? That's your big brain boggling moment. He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? Oh, that's right, because there was tarps in the equipment room too that they could have used to move him. That way there would be, wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Yeah, it's big brain time. Okay, so tarp has been added. What about Taka? Or Yamada? Yamada's big cold body is laid on the floor. He's really big. Wow. Yeah, let's shame the dead person. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here the repository. All the way from the 1st floor to the 3rd floor and without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's so good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Yamada himself. If I remember correctly, Yamada's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh, wait. Something's off about his body. The cart was used to move Big Boy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not big, he thick. And why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Yamada's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. I'm trying to think. His glasses. His glasses are missing? When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. Somebody cleaned them. But now they're completely clean. Like somebody was paying respects to the body almost. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? It's true. It seemed like they were paying respects to the body. In a way. I think it's in here, right? Unless I think Byaku's over here. Hi, Byaku. Hiding in the corner, I see. Byaku, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. Yeah, but everybody was in duos too, if you think about it, because like Byaku and and Byaku and Toko were together. There was a lot of times where Hina and Celeste were together. So it was like pairs. And we know probably a pair did it. And the last thing Himumu said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
In other words,
then there is no room to suspect anyone else. But if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? I think Hiro covered it up. I don't think Hiro killed him. I think Hiro covered it up. I think Hiro's the accomplice. Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb. But do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there's other few things. Wait, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily. Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
what?
What? Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. Unless there's 2 murderers and two murders. Like if Coco killed one and Hiro killed the other. So technically there's 2 murderers and 2 killers. To kill 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
See.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Oh, okay. Oh, what was it that too? Jesus Christ. Well, you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. Oh, and then he just leaves. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figure something out, but if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Apparently, it would have. There's only one way in and one way out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from the inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from in the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside repository, which makes me wonder. Hinasaka confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside, so they got in here some other way. Is there a vent? Spoiler alert, everyone dies! JK, I've never played this. And the door is, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, truthfully, with how things are going. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there was no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone, they got in here somehow. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, there's office where Yamada was found, then the equipment room where Taka was found. So we'll go check those rooms out. I'm pretty sure they got in here some way. There's some like secret door somewhere they got in. We're gonna go to the equipment room, which is over here, if my memory serves me correctly. Yes, maybe. Because here's the blood. Hi, Jill, how are you? So the hammer, of course. Just never before, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murdered weapon was just left here. So 4 is Taka. 4 killed Taka. And then you can tell that he was dragged. And there's a tarp missing. There's some kind of tire marks going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. This reminds me of the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tires. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been a possibility. Whereas we will take control of the protagonist that will talk to the other characters. The gasp! So we got that. I already figured that. We already figured the dolly. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Yamada's? Yamada's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. So what about the tarps? Oh, this tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and I just recently too. Really, you're not gonna put it together that it's the same tarp that was used to move Taka? I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm surprised I missed such an ultimately rare event. And that's it? That's all you have to say? Nothing else? Oh, no, nothing? That was fun. Yes, we'll leave the equipment room. There's not much in that room. So I'm gonna go to the nurse's room. Chihiro, best girl. Chihiro was awesome. I love Chihiro. And then I was upset. Especially how Chihiro died too is what upset me. Like, it was one of the more gruesome of the deaths so far. Hi, I don't trust you. Let's just say that. Let's just get that off the bat. This is number 3, the one that was used to kill Yamada. Someone moved the body but left a weapon behind. Well, yeah. What about the trash? It's just a normal trash can. Huh, wait, there's something inside. Oh. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glass's cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ugh, but it's also covered in blood. That's the character that Yamada liked, that like Princess Piggles or whatever. Oh, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can. A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me neither, but I think it might be important. It's a very good story. Something else has been added to the... Thank you. What are we looking at over here? This? The cupboard? Is this a fridge? I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me, though. I'm not a vampire. Alucard, I found your blood packs. Found your secret stash. Alright, let me talk to Celeste. See if she has anything. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have... the only thing I can think of is that somebody kidnapped Hiro and is hiding him to make him look guilty. Like, he's actually not guilty, but they're hiding him away to make him look guilty.
Let's see.
How Homura was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Tina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom, and when we got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move the Yamada's body in a short amount of time. It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Yamada is only a couple minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. I still highly suspicious of you, Celeste.